Here we go. Happy Father's Day to the bonus dads. Actually, let me just throw this one up here. Can I put this one out? You notice that, like, again, men are superfluous, right? Anyone will do. Same thing with Scott Galloway. Anyone will do. Doesn't matter. Just get in there and do it, guys. Scott Galloway is talking about, like, well, you know, these guys, these poor young boys, they go through their lives and they don't have a positive male role model. That's why they're attracted to Andrew Tate. Well, what is it about Tate that makes him so positive? What is it? What makes him so seductive? Oh, and then he says women are property. Well, he did once, sure. And again, I'm not here. I'm in no way going to defend Tate. But the thing is if that's the only example you have, I would like to know what you think constitutes positive masculinity. Because conventional masculinity, just being masculine, is not enough, as we've seen before. And as I was playing that video for you guys, an overlooked contingent on Father's Day. The men helping to raise the children of single mothers. No, they're not. They're helping to raise the children of guys whose single mothers couldn't lock down or couldn't consolidate on. I said this last week when we were getting into the cuck show, right? What's a cuckold? What's not a cuckold? Notice the wording here. The men helping to raise the children of single mothers. No, they're helping to raise the children and the DNA of men that these women chose to reproduce with and go against their own biological imperatives. You want to make them heroes? That should be your starting point right there. In the Washington Post, again, Kiona Hall offers a tribute to those bonus dads, no, men with benefits to bail me out of this shit, recounting how she came to realize that despite the challenges of raising two sons, who are just 11 months apart, and one whom has epilepsy, without a spouse, without the baby daddy. Can we just say why don't you just say the sperm donor? That's what you like to. That's what women like to say, anyways, right? Her boys actually have many father figures who have stepped up to fill what she feared would be a void. There's the uncle who DJs freeze dance parties whenever his work as a truck driver brings him through town. The uncle they're all uncles, right? Who takes them for haircuts. The barber uncle who gives them those haircuts. The uncle who video calls once a week, and so many more, including their grandpa. Okay. This village supports me too. Hall writes, I am able to show my sons that asking for help is not weakness, but a strength. They see that the family is defined by love and commitment. No, it's an egalitarian fantasy you have. The men in their lives teach them about kindness, integrity, and perseverance. Who's teaching them how to fucking kick ass and take names? Who's teaching them to go get in the fucking gym? Who's teaching them to go? And yet we have Scott Galloway talking about how taking care of yourself, getting in the gym, all the positivity of this stuff. I love how TradCons just like warm up and cuddle up with the Tate message, and then do a 180 when it comes to shit like this. Read Hall's full piece in the Post, blah, blah, blah. Or for a tribute to stepdads, Sarah Schrader has one here, rejoicing in the two men, one their biological father, plus the one who loves them just as if he was their father, noting that the personality difference between the two, the personality differences between the two allows for my girls to literally have the best of both worlds. Yeah, one's alpha fucks, and the other's beta bucks. As I keep saying, those two guys do not exist in the same individual. That's why women need different personalities. The different personalities, one is alpha and one is beta. How nice. The reason I want to bring that up once again, there are proactive cuckoldry, and there's retroactive cuckoldry. Proactive and retroactive. If you adopted your kid, if your now wife was a single mother and she had two kids and you stepped into the picture, guess what? You signed up for your own cuckoldry. Am I saying you're a simp? Am I saying you're a bad person? No, I'm not saying that at all. But I will say this: functionally, You are every bit a cuck as a guy who's letting his wife go fuck other guys on OnlyFans, and you're sitting in the fucking cuck chair. You're every bit as much as that. It might not have. You might not. Her bull might not have impregnated her, and you're taking care of the kid right now. But guess what? You're just as much a cuck. I mean, functionally speaking. I didn't say you're a bad person. I didn't say you're whatever. But functionally, you're the cuck. So instead of saying, "Oh, you're a bonus dad," no, you're a retroactive cuckold, is what you. Now that might be a noble, job for you, a noble, task for you. But you understand that's what they're trying to do. This is why I say men in general are superfluous. Anyone will do. The uncle who stops by with a DJ freeze dance game. The uncle who takes the kids to the barbershop. Then the uncle at the barbershop who cuts their hair. Then the uncle that does this. And the uncle that does this. And they're not all uncles, but that's what they want to say that they are. It's because that sounds more like positivity, right? Well, uncles wouldn't be negative. They wouldn't be toxically masculine, right? No, they're not uncles. They're guys who have a shared sense of gender loathing, more or less, right? They want to, like, I remember this, and again, this is no cut against Wes Watson, but I know Wes Watson has 2 kids that are not his. He married a single mother. Same thing with Andrew Wilson, married a single mother. Okay. I'm not saying it's bad or that's good. Until you start throwing shit at people who say, you know what, there's an innate, if I point out and I make the obvious observation here that men tend to be hesitant to want to get involved with a single mother. It's an innate thing. It's a biological thing. Men have to get over it. Like, remember what I said? Like, anything can become normal. Like, you got to get over a revulsion response. Now, I'm not saying this is necessarily a revulsion response, but there's certainly a hesitation for men to want to get involved and want to be responsible for the parental investment responsibilities of another man's child. In fact, that's why we think of it as a noble pursuit. Because if we can think of it as a noble pursuit, then we can convince guys that it is a good thing for them to essentially be a fail-safe for women's bad reproductive choices. So we've got birth control, we've got on-demand abortion, and we make guys who aren't the stepdads, but the dads who stepped up, we turn those guys into, noble heroes that need to be knighted and apply for sainthood. Those are fail-safes for what? For women's bad reproductive choices. I don't understand why this is like a hard thing. Again, this is not moralizing. This is not sermonizing. I'm just pointing out these facts. Now, people will take this and go, well, Rollo thinks that these men shouldn't have father figures, which is exactly why I brought up Wes Watson, because I've got a clip of him somewhere around here where he's talking about how those sons of bitches in the red pill think that kids shouldn't have fathers. Oh man, I would kick anybody's ass if they said that to me. Blah blah blah. Nobody's going to say that to Wes Watson, right? But the fact of the matter is Wes is simply a retroactive cuckold. Seriously, I mean, functionally speaking, he's a retroactive cuckold. Now we can rationalize that away, and we can say, well, it's a noble task, or it's a noble assignment to be that. I mean, you might be even right about that. But the fact of the matter is you're still functionally doing what you criticize other guys, like criticize Destiny for. Destiny's a cuckold, but you're not, because you are taking over the responsibilities of another man's job. Square that circle for me, because I'm having a real difficult time with that one. Right. Why is it so fucking hard to just say, here's one for the father. Here's one for all of the biological fathers who are there every day, who are there doing it. Why is that? Why can we not just have a fucking conversation where we're just, or any kind of appreciation, or any kind, like, usually when it's Father's Day, it's fuck you, Dad, you screwed me up. It's anybody with like daddy issues or an absentee father or something like that. That's the first thing out of the mouth. I don't know. If you went to church today, you probably heard some iteration of the pastor saying, men, you need to do better. because that's the opportunity, right? Father's Day is not about appreciating fathers or recognizing dads or in any way giving them a pat on the back or anything else. It's all about this, right? Where do we put that? This was too good not to throw out one more time. Yeah. I don't know if that's it. Is that it? I could be wrong. If this is it, if this is not it, I'm going to take it.
Swear to God, I would have boyfriends and never post.
Oh, not that one. Hold on. I'm going to end you with this here. Is this it? Maybe this is it.
Most men will only experience unconditional love from their mothers, and some of us don't even get that. Most of us have never even felt appreciation or respect without conditions or hidden intentions. We don't know what it sounds like to hear, "I see you, and I'm proud of you. I'm glad you're here. You really make a difference." Yet the expectation is to constantly be displaying the strength and love that the world is hesitant in conveying. We're expected to have a thick skin but get judged if it turns to a hard shell. The first step in being a man is ignoring the hunger. Cause yes, boy, you're gonna be starving. Starved of attention, starved of affirmation, starved of love, starved of being told that you are enough. Step 2 in being a man is comfortability with replaceability. You are only as good as you are useful.
Comfortability with replaceability. There it
You're
is.
only as valuable as you are needed by others. Should there ever come a day, boy, where you fail to provide everybody with a smiling face, then do not be surprised when they say all men do is take up space, and you are swiftly replaced. Step 3 in being a man is overcoming your fear of the fire, because almost everything you will ever try to build will go up in flames. Relationships, careers, hobbies, and yes, you are always to blame. Step 4 in being a
Okay, that speaks to being zeroed out right there.
man is understanding that by the time you finally get all the right answers, these questions will have already changed. You might achieve the strength of Herculean fiction, trying to balance the weight of all these contradictions. Be a man, they say, definition unknown. We men, so empty, so irritable, so this, so that. We get told what we are so much we've accepted that who we are ain't even up to us.
There you go. If that is not, and I know it was like, was it slam poetry? But if that doesn't show you like the superfluousness of it. So ladies, today, if you're going to appreciate your guy, pastors at at your church right now, you probably already did this. I mean, it's a game over. It's, the Sunday is already over, but next year, try to do a fucking sermon that addresses shit like that. Try to do a fucking sermon that is not just, oh, we're going to talk about the stepdads and the guys who you got to have to. It doesn't matter. Anybody can be a great dad. Anybody can just step up. And no, how about this? How about you go to the guys who intentionally had kids, are still with their wives. They're still, it's always about measuring up. It's always about the burden of performance on Father's Day Sunday. It's always about do better, do better, do better. How about this? How about the guys who are fucking doing the best they fucking can? There's never any recognition for that. How about this? How about you address the fact that fathers have become superfluous, that men have become superfluous, that women don't need men and they just want men. Who do they want? They want Justin Waller. They want Jason Momoa. But you know what else they want? They want their 15-year-old students is what they want. They want other things besides that. They don't know what the fuck they want. They don't know what kind of guy. They want that. They want the Tinder swindler. They want the Andrew Tate. They want the hardened criminal that they want to bust out of jail. They want to have conjugal visits with that guy. That's also what they want. How about we fucking recognize that? How about you take that to the fucking pulpit? How about you talk about shit like that? No, you're not going to, because women are wonderful, right?